Right, so there's our circuit. You'll notice that one of those has a footprint that we found via the exhaustive method by scrolling down the list of tens of thousands of components. So let's see if we can find a better way of doing it. We're going to click on the 1K. We're going to go to Properties, and we're going to edit package as we did before, and we're going to select from a database. As you saw, thousands and thousands and thousands of components. This is really tedious to deal with. I can turn on a filter instead, and what I can do is I can do this look. So if you look at the filter, it's got, on the filter list, if you scroll down here, I think it's number there, yeah? So number, column, operator, value. If I want to find a resistor, it seems fairly common sense that it's going to have RES in it, right? Might not spell the full resistor, but res will do. So if I shut the door to everything else, so I'm going to add a row, I'm going to say that the manufacturer I'm not particularly concerned about, but I want my search to contain the value, well, let's do SMT, no, let's do that first. So, so the first thing I want to filter against is whether I'm using surface mount technology or through-hole technology. Okay. Now, one of the ones that I could search for on here is on this one here. So SMT-TH, and the operator I want is the value TH. So just by doing something as simple as this, what this should return me is absolutely every component in the database that's through hole. I've just eliminated all of the surface mount. I might want the surface mount, in which case I'd filter for the surface mount. That's a good start. So I've halved the size of the database. So now what I want to find is some resistors. Well, my filter's on, but that's fine. So what I'm going to do is go in here, and I'm going to add another row, and I'm going to say in here, well, the package, and because that's the description in this column here, look, where the cursor is, this column here. So package equals, and I want it to contain the word res. Now, fortunately, American written software doesn't care whether it's uppercase or lowercase, so you can always exploit that. And now I'm going to click OK, and I've done something wrong. What have I done right?
It
Contains rather than equals. So it doesn't cater to the fact that it's got a number after it or a number before it or whatever. So I need to have contains written in there. Now if I OK it, look what I've got down here. I've only got 11 now, and they're all resistor footprints. Every last one of them. So it's a bit tedious, but now I've thrown everything else away apart from the resistors that I'm looking for. Okay? So now if I select something like this, let's say we select the one that we had before. I select that, and before I do, I'm going to have another resistor in the future that's going to have the same footprint. So wouldn't it be good if I could just record what I've done? Wouldn't it be good if I could put it in my own database? Well, I can. Because look, I can do copy too. And instead of corporate database, which is all of these, hundreds of thousands of components and footprints, all I do is I put it in my user database. So the next time I go in here and I look for a footprint, I just go in my user database and there's only one in there and I can just use it straight away. So a little bit of extra time, and costing time, because I could have found it by a random search, but the next time I do it, I'm so much faster. So you start developing a circuit, like the one you're doing for your assignment. What are you going to have in there? You're going to have an LED footprint, but 5-6 times over, transistor footprint, but 6 times over, resistor footprint, 10 times over, 20 times over, and a couple of specialist ones. So that saves you an enormous amount of time. So I'm going to add that to my database, so that's now in my database, and of course I want to select the component, say OK, and bingo. Bob's your uncle. Bob wasn't my uncle, but he died a few years ago. But so there you are. That's now ready to export to Multisim. So So the same as before, but now we've done it with filters. Okay, Mike's going to talk to you about surface mount and through-hole technology, but I